In this video, I'm going to go over dot leader tabs. I'm going to do it a couple of different ways. First, I'm going to show you how to do it from the beginning of the document, just establishing your tabs right from the get-go. And the second way I'll do it is putting in some text and then putting in the text and then creating the tabs with the text there. And I'll show you how to do both. So first, let's go ahead and insert a dot leader tab in a blank document so that if I hit the tab button, it's going to create a dot leader tab. And if you don't want that to happen throughout the document, there's a couple ways to prevent that. You can go back into the tab settings, which we get to here. In this paragraph settings pop-out box, this dialog box opens, and we click the tabs button, and we open up this little dialog box where we can tell it where we want the tab stop to happen. I choose 6.5 because that is a measurement from the left margin of the document here to the right, 6.5 inches. So it puts that this dot leader tab that I'm inserting right at the right margin of the document. I want it to align to the right so that I have an even edge along the right side of the page, and I want to choose the dot leaders right here, number 2, and then I click set, and that is done. One thing you want to avoid doing is where you have a dot leader tab, inserting another tab, like maybe, and I've seen this happen in a few documents that folks submit. Maybe I create a dot leader tab at 4 inches and one at 6.5 inches. Well, what happens when you do that is it creates a break in the line. I'll show you what I mean. So let's go ahead. I'll do one halfway across. Okay, so I've got 2 now. I've got one here and one here. Let's create the, and I didn't click the dot on that second one, so you can see that I created a problem there. So let me go back to my dot leader tabs and modify this one. Now you can see what I'm talking about. I've got that space right there, and when I have this indicator on, I can see 2 arrows. And in a document where you've got this break in the middle, it looks kind of weird. So to eliminate that, we come in here to tabs and we just clear that guy. Okay, so then the next line we do is going to be very similar, and you kind of see how that works. Okay, it keeps everything aligned on the left and the right. It gives you even spacing with the dot leader. I see a lot of folks try to create this using the period button. What happens is it works okay until you get over here, and then it just will not line up correctly because of the fonts we're using. Not every character is the same amount of space in width, and it winds up just being a little off on the right edge. So that is how we create it from the beginning. If we want to just create a dot leader tab in the middle of a document, we can, let me throw in some text that I created earlier. So let's say I don't want to include that, and I don't want to include that with the dot leader tab. Right now, I've got no dot leader tabs in my document. You can tell because I don't have any tab indicators up here in the ruler. So if I wanted to just create a dot leader tab on those lines, I select them. I come back here to the paragraph settings pop out and open the dialog box, click on tabs, and then I go through the same steps. I give it the permission to the right, 6.5 inches on the right margin. I want to align it right, and I want the dot leader. Now, all I've got to do is go in and create my tabs. Okay, so that is how you create dot leader tabs, and I hope that makes this super easy for you. It's a pretty useful tool that you might find useful in a lot of different applications. So if you have any questions, just let me know.